And this time she was going for the kill, okay? She was not letting the intentions be unknown. Walked up to me, puts her arm on the pool table. I'm right here. My date's like over there. She like looks up like, I was like, what is happening? I was like, what is happening? I was like, yo, you're gonna piss off my date so bad. And like, I don't know if they didn't know I was on a date and that's why they were doing this, or if they were like, yeah, I know, but I don't care because he's mine. Like, I don't really know. Well, this isn't that crazy, but it's funny to me. Okay, listen, guys, listen. For everyone that's saying I will forever be bitchless, you about to swallow your pride, your word, your joys, your thoughts, your opinions, and even your hatred and suffering. Yes, because I want you to fully digest that shit and have a gnarly, burning, flaming hot dookie when you drop that duttana. All right. So Sunday night, I was on a date. We went to this place that had bowling. It had like a bar and like karaoke rooms and like pool tables. It was kind of a weird place. It was like some LA shit. Like, I didn't even know they had this shit around me. It was not like a real bowling alley, but it was also not like an entertainment center. It was like a bar that just happened to have to do in it. But it was like a nice bar. I don't know. It was weird. But anyways, we went there, okay? Now, date was going good. Everything was fine. This is the second time I'm seeing this person, right? When I roll up on this date, me and my date are bowling in this lane. There's like a table, a walkway, a table, and then another lane. No one is in the other lane yet, right? So we're bowling for a little bit. And then this group of like 2 Hispanic ladies and 1 guy that is like their gay best friend, okay, walk up. And they're like they have like margaritas. Like one of them's like, being all loud and crazy. The other one's like looking at me like, yo, this is crazy. Like, said that to me multiple times, and I'm like, nah, she's the life of the party, So we go up and the lady can't figure out how to use the bowling kiosk thing. She's like, hey, how the f do you get this to work? And she was like, oh, excuse my language, but like this is not working. I was like, oh, okay, I got you. Then I was like, oh, wait, what the f? I don't know how to get to work either. So we were around with that for a little bit. And then so we start bowling, I'm kind of like making little funny comments to them. They're making little funny comments to me. The other girl in the friend group is making funny comments to me. I'm making funny comments to her. The gay guy friend is making funny comments to me. I'm making funny comments to him. At this point, like, we all bowling as a group collective, okay? My date was not talking to any of these people, though. I was. Why was I being social? I have dead ass no idea. Okay, this is not liking me. I have social anxiety. They were just kept talking to me, so I just kept responding. Okay, to be honest with you, I wasn't initiating any of this. I was just responding and making jokes back because I don't know what to do in social situations. I just make jokes about everything. But it was kind of a vibe, right? I could hear them complaining because they're like, yo, where are those 2 other bitches? They're fake. They said they were gonna be here, da-da-da-da. And then the one girl was like missing the pins and would laugh. And the one girl was like, yeah, she's crazy, isn't she? And I'm like, no, like, she's life of the party, whatever. She's like, yeah, we're waiting on other friends, but like they're being fake right now. I'm like, oh, damn, that sucks, And so then the other friends roll up, okay? Now this right here is when gets interesting, okay? So there's one girl who looks a little bit younger than the rest of them. These girls had to be, or this friend group had to be like mid to late 20s, okay? And so then this other girl rolls up and then this other girl. So 2 more girls roll up. So there's 4 girls, this one guy, okay, they called him Shorty, which I just thought was funny because he was like some 5'3" guy. He was low-key shorter than like half of the girls, but it's okay. Shout out to you, Shorty. You know what I'm saying? You was the gay bestie. Then while we're bowling, I keep bowling. I have not introduced myself to any of these people yet, right? They haven't really introduced themselves to me. So this one girl who's wearing like this orange dress, really pretty. She's probably the most like chill one. When I'm bowling is like talking to me and it's like, oh, like, well, what's your name? And I'm like, oh, my name is Quinn. And she's like, Keen? I'm like, Quinn. She's like, Keen? I'm like, Quinn. She's like, Keegan? I'm like, Quinn. She's like, oh, like Quinn, like Quintin. I'm like, yes, but like without the tin. She's like, so just Quinn. And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, oh, okay. So like, how old are you? And I'm like, oh, I'm 22. And she's like, that's a little, younger than I thought. And I'm like, oh, or she's like, that's a little bit young or something along those lines. Right. And I'm kind of like, okay, I kind of felt like being like, well, how old are you then, grandma? Like, but I was like, how old are you? She's like, oh, I'm like 20, I'm 27, This is when stuff gets tricky. I hear her go up to one of the 2 girls that showed up later. So the orange dress lady, okay, I'm gonna call her Tiffany. I'm gonna call the other one Tia, which means auntie, because she gave me drunk auntie vibes. Tia was the drunk one that was there too initially with me, asking how the machine works. So Tia, Tiffany, and then we got Betsy, okay? And then there's some random other girl that just like didn't even participate in any of the socialization with me, so I'm just not even gonna name her. Okay, other girl. Tiffany walked up to Betsy and was like, oh, like I heard like her like whispering, because my date had just started to bowl, so I walked back and our bench is like across from there. It was like they're probably like as far from like here to the wall. That's how far away they are from me. And she's like, oh, like his name is Quinn and he's 22. To Betsy. So Tiffany's telling Betsy my information. So I'm like, oh, she was doing some groundwork for her friend. I get it. I understand. You know what I'm saying? She's being a good friend. Wing woman of the year, you know? So then next time I bowl, okay, it's not even Betsy's turn, but she goes during Tiffany's turn because me and Tiffany's turns kind of line up, right? And Tiffany's girl in the orange dress. And so I'm going to bowl. And then Betsy goes up next to me. She's like, oh yeah, I bowl, not really paying her much attention because like I'm on a date with someone else. Keep in mind, this whole time I am on a date with someone else. Okay, like, so weird situation. So then this other girl walks up, you know, Betsy is like, oh, like after I already bowl and I hit like probably like 9 of the pins. So there's like 2, 3 left. And she's like, oh, I'm gonna go against you. You know, like, well, watch, I'm gonna beat you. So she rolls it, whiffs the whole thing, hits no balls. She doesn't score a single pin. Okay, she would go straight into the gutter. Okay, and I immediately laugh a little bit. I'm like, I stick my fist out like this, and I'm like, good try. I'm like, good try. You know, nice try. You know, good game. Cause like I already won at that point. You know, I already have 9 pins down. I have 1 left, and you missed all of them. I was like, good, you know. GG, like I was fucking with her. I was like, yeah, good congratulations, girl. You played yourself. And I'm just like, oh, you know, it's because I'm like a little nervous, you know, like give me another round. Then she grabs the ball, she looks at me in the eye, she giggles a little bit, she rolls it again. Okay. Now this time, hey, I'll give it to her. She didn't airball. You wanna know how many pins she hit? 1. But 1 is still progress, you know what I'm saying? So we got to take those when we can, you know, the 1 pin out of the 10, you know what I'm saying? Like we were, you know, she was improving. And for whatever reason at this bowling place, you could bowl 3 times, like per turn. So instead of like 2, which is the usual, you get 3. So then she goes again and she's like, listen, just wait. And I'm like, okay. I'm gonna wait. She's like, you go. I'm like, no, I'm gonna wait to see, you know, how you do. Cause I only have 1 pin left. So then she goes again. Keep in mind, this whole time my date is just sitting on the bench, like drinking like their like alcoholic beverage, watching this entire thing. Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I don't think this is that bad for me, you know, cause like but I did feel a little bad. But I don't think they realized what was happening. I thought they just thought I was being friendly with everyone, right? I don't think my date peeped it. And here's why I don't think they peeped it, okay? So after this girl's like, oh, okay, you know, whatever. I immediately, like, as soon as my turn is over, like, leave this girl up there, right? Like, I'm, like, not trying to continue the conversation because I'm already on a date. And not gonna lie, my date was looking a little better, okay? I'm not gonna be, like, rude, but it's like I was very much so more into the person I was already on the date with than this random other girl, right? I went up to my date and I was like, hey, like, you know, we had literally in our lane 1 frame left each. So we were both going to be done with bowling, like the game after 1 frame. So my date had 1 more frame. I had 1 more frame. So I quickly like, you know, did mine and they did theirs. And then I was like, let's go play pool. So I get up and we leave, right? The area. Cause I'm trying to get away from this group of girls. Cause they seemed like a lit time. Okay. The problem was, I'm not trying to like, you know, be anything more than platonic with this group and I'm on a date. So like, you got me beyond up thinking I'm gonna sit here and flirt with someone else in front of my date. Like, that's just weird. So I leave and I'm like, hey, like, let's go play pool. Like, you know, like even if you want to bowl, like, just come over here real quick. So I tell my date, I'm like, yo, this group, like this girl is hitting on me. So I'm trying to get away from them. So like, let's go play some pool. I just told them. And my date was like, oh, I didn't even notice. And I was like, yeah, so let's just like, you know, she did the whole introducing, whispering to her friend thing. So like, I just want to avoid them. Right. And they're like, okay, yeah. And so we're playing pool. Yo, why do women only want me when they think I am social proofed and am on or seeing someone else? I have rarely ever had people flirt with me in public. And every time they do, I'm with someone else in a romantic context. Or I'm like talking to someone else, right? And so we're playing pool. It's fine, you know. These people are like, they're still bowling, whatever. Okay. Even more people come to join their group. So when by the pool area, there's like karaoke booths. So they go into one karaoke booth across the way, and they all like, not the girl that's into me, okay? I think I call her Betsy. I don't remember. Yeah, Betsy doesn't come up to me, okay? Tiffany doesn't come up to me. Tia doesn't come up to me. Some new girl comes up to me. It's like, hey, by the way, you know, like, we're doing karaoke. You guys seem like a fun, you know, group. So if you want to join us, we're in that room, you know? Essentially being like, you can join us for karaoke. And my date looks at me and is like, you want to do karaoke with them? Smiling from ear to ear. And I'm like, is this one of those little tests that you guys be doing? Is this a test? Is this a trap? Do I gotta like, you know what I'm saying? Do I gotta be careful with what I say here? So I flipped the question. You know, I'm not going for it. I'm like, do you want to do karaoke? And they're like, I don't think I'm drunk enough yet for karaoke. And I'm like, do you want to get drunk enough for karaoke? Because to be honest with you, I would be so down to do karaoke with this group if the date was okay with it. Low key, because they seem like a fun group. But also part of me was a little bit scared because I did not want to get hit on in there. So I was also kind of like apprehensive. Like I was 50-50 about it. I was like, I would have been fine to, you know, to jam out and sing a bunch of Spanish reggaeton songs in a karaoke with this random group. But also I didn't want to get hit on in there, which I knew was going to happen anyways, right? So we keep playing pool, right? Okay. In bowling, they whipped my ass. In pool, I whipped their ass, okay? They won 2 games of bowling. I won 2 games of pool. And so in the middle of our second game, Betsy comes back up. And this time, she was going for the kill, okay? She was not letting the intentions be unknown. She herself came back up, walked up to me, puts her arm on the pool table. I'm right here. My date's like over there. Kind of like leans into the pool table and is like, hey, you know, I know you guys are like really like invested in your pool game or whatever, and you know that's great and all, and I'm not trying to disturb you or anything, but when, you know, if you're done, you know, when you're no longer, you know, playing pool or after this game, if you want to join us in karaoke, we have a room over there. You know, it'd be really fun. It's all my friends, and you know, you two could come join us. It would be a fun time. You know, we could just sing some songs. Makes eye contact with me, and I'm sitting there like, she like looks up like I was like, what is happening? I was like, yo, you're gonna piss off my date so bad. And like, I don't know if they didn't know I was on a date and that's why they were doing this, or if they were like, yeah, I know, but I don't care because he's mine. Like, I don't really know. I don't know what was happening, okay? But this, if she knew, this was so messy. If she knew this was so messy, okay? If she knew this was so messy, and part of me when this was happening was like, is this dead ass my life right now? Like, it's like 4 p.m. on a Sunday. Like, it is not, this is so random to me, okay? I'm like, oh, you know, thank you. And I'll think about it. And, you know, if when we're done, if we feel like it, we'll go over there. That's what I said. And she's like, okay, you know, I just thought I'd let you know, yeah, feel free. You know, we have drinks and I'll buy you a shot or 2. And then walks off. And I'm sitting there in my head like, so do you know, or do you just not give a And the thing that was like really puzzling to me is like, my date honestly didn't seem that pissed off. Like, really did not seem that pissed off. Like, was really chill about it, which I was kind of like, green flag, because at least you're not a jealous ass. But also like, maybe you dead hate me. I don't know. You know, like I was having some mixed feelings. Like, are you mad at me? Are you not? Like, what's happening? So then my date comes up to me and is like, yeah, do they like not understand we're on a date? Like, why is she doing all that? And I'm like, I have no idea, to be honest with you. Like, yeah, this is kind of weird. And I'm like, just ignore them. This is part of the test. And then we're playing again. And the karaoke room has a glass door. I can see this girl out of my peripheral vision, like 2 or 3 of them in this group eyeing me out the door, like constantly. They always are leaving the room, getting drinks and like walking by us. And like one of them is like staring me down the whole time. I'm like, what is happening? Like, I feel like I'm being spied on right now. Like, hello? So then they come up to me a 4th time at this point. A Tiffany orange dress girl comes back up and is like, hey, you know, I know everyone's already asked, and you know, I'm the sacrificial lamb because everyone's too scared to ask again. But if you guys want to, you know, join us for karaoke, feel free. You know, there's no strings attached. We're just trying to have fun. And I was like, yeah, no strings attached. Yo, and keep in mind, right when I left and ducked their asses for bowling, this same girl, Betty, that was on my ass, started talking to this other guy trying to get his number. and like, you know, pulled out their phone. I think they exchanged Instagrams or something. I don't know. She was thirsty. I don't know what was happening. Okay. And so I'm like, no, you know, and like, I'm good, you know, no, I'm good, you know, like, but thank you. So eventually, like after, you know, as we're playing pool longer, like my date seems less interested in it. So I'm like, yo, let's go. Like, let's get out of here and get some food or something, right? And so we leave and we get some food. But I just thought that was crazy. And also my date was like not mad at all. Like did not give a did not bring it up after that, did not care. The rest of the night was fine, you know, like they did not give a which honestly was a little surprising to me, you know? I said when we were leaving, like, God damn, like, I don't know why they were being so aggressive. I was like, that was a lot. Like the whole friend group multiple times is actually crazy. And I don't know if they did that because they were like, oh, maybe he's not getting it that we're hitting on him. I don't know if that's why they kept coming up to me or if they were just really trying to like be like, hey, please, you know? Because I never told them like, no, f off. I was just like, oh, you know, man, thank you, but no. You know, I was being like more polite about it because I did think they were nice, but you know. But yeah, that was me getting hit on my date. It was so weird. What do you think about your date not caring? I'm going to be honest. I would have preferred that over them tweaking out and being like, why are you even being nice to them? Why aren't you being rude? Why aren't you telling them to f off? I'm like, bro, like we aren't even in a committed relationship yet and you acting this crazy. Like imagine I'm committed to you. Like I can't even breathe in another girl's direction. You're going to slit my throat. So I feel like her being more chill was honestly good for me. Like it was like a good sign. I'm like, you know, you're chill. Cause I wasn't gonna do anything, you know? If I had proven to be like some serial cheater, then yeah, go crazy on my ass. But otherwise, but yeah, no, that was insane. I was like, what the just happened? Like I never in my life have been so aggressively flirted with. Like never in my life. And yeah, that was my date. It was kind of awkward. I was like really trying to like leave the premises after a certain point because I was like, this is getting a little bit much. This is becoming too much. Would you consider a success? Honestly, yeah. Aside from the weird flirting, everything else went fine. But yeah, about how it went between me and the actual date, I'm not gonna give you the details of because I want to keep that part of my life private. But the funny side, I'm informing you. Bro had a side quest. We don't care. This is enough. That's what I'm saying. This is the fun part. The rest of it was boring, honestly. But yeah, that was my eventful Sunday. Did they get contact at least? Did I give the random girls flirting with me on my date my contact info? No. What? Why would I? Yo, imagine I gave them my phone number in front of my date. How would that look, bro? Be so serious. Also, to be honest with you, was not really feeling the girl that was feeling me. Some of the other girls in the group, I wouldn't be opposed. But the particular one that was interested in me, that they were like trying to get me with, I was not really like that into. It was like an awkward ego boost. Bro, I didn't think I'd live at the same time you got a harem. But I was like, I expected to be dead before I heard like this.